In the midnight darkness of a city blazing with lights, Jesus Christ stands at the city gate, his robe moving gently in the wind. Neon signs glow above crowded streets, while beneath the walls, poor families huddle and children sleep beside trash bins. Two worlds living side by side in silent cruelty. Mother Ling pushes her small cart through a wealthy street. Her goods spill onto the ground, and she gathers them quietly beneath cold, judging eyes. Little Nam coughs violently, staring at fresh bread behind shining glass, then slowly pulls his hand back when he is driven away. In the main square, official Locke declares the city prosperous, while behind him a golden statue shines and an old man's bowl is kicked aside. The chief guard watches, almost steps forward to help, then turns away to obey his orders, his eyes heavy with shame. In a dark alley, T. Lua steals a wallet and laughs loudly, then suddenly falls silent, staring at his empty hands in disgust. Light rain begins to fall. Dirty water runs through the gutters, and though the city shines brightly, the poor tremble beneath cold roofs. Jesus Christ walks into the rushing crowd unnoticed, except for a few wandering children who look up, feeling a rare warmth near him. He stops in the middle of the street, and for one quiet moment, the noise around him begins to fade. He kneels beside a beggar trembling with cold, places a gentle hand on his shoulder, and warmth slowly brings life back into the man's eyes. Wealthy onlookers mock and smile, but Jesus only looks at them in silence, seeing the truths they refuse to face. Mother Lin carries little Nam through the crowd. People step away in fear, and she bows her head, begging silently for a path to open. Jesus lays his hand upon the child's back. A soft golden light spreads, and the violent coughing slowly fades away. Mother Lin weeps with relief, and Jesus lifts her trembling hands, letting her tears fall without shame. News spreads quickly, and a great crowd gathers, some seeking hope, some seeking profit. Official Locke hears the rumors and orders secret surveillance, fearing that hidden truths will soon be revealed. Merchant Kong sends men to invite Jesus to the merchant's hall, hoping money can control what he cannot. T. Lua stands among the crowd, gripping a stolen wallet, his eyes trembling as he watches Jesus. The chief guard is ordered to block his way, yet his heart no longer knows which command to obey. Inside the lavish hall, a feast is prepared, and a heavy chest of gold is placed proudly upon the table. Jesus does not touch the gold. Instead, he places his hand on the book of debts and looks straight into the merchant's eyes. Merchant Kong turns pale, for inside the ledger he sees the names of Mother Ling and many suffering families. He explodes in anger, hiding behind business laws, while a few rich men clap in approval. Jesus points to the scattered pages on the floor, and a crushing silence fills the room. The merchant rushes to close the curtains, but his trembling hands betray his fear. Jesus steps back into the square, and Merchant Kong follows behind him, no longer proud, only afraid. The poor beg for bread, others beg for gold, and the crowd turns miracles into a noisy market of desire. Jesus raises his hand, but performs no miracle. His deep gaze alone brings the crowd into silence. He turns a simple stone into warm loaves of bread and gives the first pieces to the hungriest child. The crowd rushes forward, pushing and grabbing, and an old man is knocked to the ground. Jesus lifts the old man gently,
places bread into his hands and looks with sorrow at those clutching more than they need.
The chief guard steps out of formation and begins guiding the weak forward with his own hands. A man holding too many loaves pauses, lowers his head, and returns some to the waiting children. The change spreads quietly. People form lines, share their portions, and the noise turns into grateful relief. Official luck orders the arrest of Jesus for disturbing public order. The chief guard stands trembling before him, torn between duty and conscience. Jesus places a calm hand on the guard's arm. Peace flows through him, and the baton slowly falls. In the confusion, Lua steals a chest of bread and runs into the dark alley. Inside the alley, the bread falls and breaks, and he realizes he is stealing from people just like himself. Night deepens, and official luck arrests innocent poor people as scapegoats, their cries echoing in the prison. Mother Ling hears and wants to plead for them, but fear overwhelms her, and hope begins to fade. Jesus comes quietly to the prison gate, and the guards hesitate under his steady gaze. The chief guard opens the gate with his own hands, choosing conscience over command. Jesus heals a tortured prisoner, and strength slowly returns to the broken man's breath. Official luck arrives waving an arrest order, clinging desperately to his fading authority. Jesus looks straight through the hidden bribes and erased names in the records. The crowd gathers and calls out the name of the innocent man, and truth spreads through the city like a rising wave. Merchant Hang is brought forward as the poor lift the debt ledger and demand justice. Jesus places his hand on the chest of gold, not changing the gold, but unlocking the hearts around him. Merchant Hang collapses to his knees, seeing the damage he has done, and weeps openly in repentance. He tears the ledger, pours out the gold to repay the poor, and offers his first true apology. The chief guard removes official Luck's badge and presents him before the people. Lua steps forward, returns what he stole, and kneels in shame, his eyes no longer wild. Jesus gently lays his hand on the young man's head, offering a new chance without forcing change. In the square, long tables are set, bread and water are shared, and the elderly and children are served first. Merchant Kong opens his granaries, repairs broken homes, and personally brings food to the poorest streets. Official Luck is led away in silence, and the people choose justice instead of revenge. Jesus walks peacefully out through the city gate, leaving his light behind in many changed hearts. The city does not become heaven, but people begin to live in truth, to share, and to love. The greatest miracle is not the light in his hands, but the awakened human heart.